Well, it's over. It's officially over. Everything we've worked so hard for the last few years, everything. All the blood, sweat, and tears, all the effort, all the emotions, it's all over.
It's all over.
It's the last one.
It's the end of an era.
Yeah, it's all done. And a lot of time was spent here. It's all over. It's done.
Sad time.
Yep.
Sad time.
Yep. That shelf, it's going to be empty. It'll look weird. It'll all be gone. New homes.
Yeah. I don't know. You got to find something to fill the space. Maybe we'll have to do fantasy hockey or something.
Yeah.
But actually, it's too late for that anyway.
And it's not the end of the podcast. It's the end of the Brothers in the Fantasy Football Playoffs. It's a sad day.
So, playoff picture, we got Luke. Luke, first seed.
Yes. It's, yeah.
And Robert's the fourth seed.
Okay, but playoffs are set. So number 1 seed is Luke at 12-2. Then, and he's going against Robert, who allegedly didn't know he was in the playoffs, at 7-7. Then
Fourth seed.
At 4 seed. Mike at 10-4, the 2 seed. And then Pat, who has returned to the league, at the 3rd seed at 9-5. But what a heartbreaker. There's some fun storylines right now, real quick.
Okay.
So if you won yours, you would have been in probably over Robert because you would have had a better win percentage.
Yes.
With your tie.
Right.
But then you lost. Ryan, who has more points on the season than Robert, but he lost to Robert, who is also at 7-7. So since he lost to Robert, Robert got in another league. Ryan started. I joined to kind of help him build it up. He also is out of the playoffs at 7-7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm in line to play some games for our new losers board.
Have you showed me that yet? I don't think I've seen that.
I've been showing you?
I don't think so.
Oh, hold on. How we've been saying, I wanted something. I want the loser to have to do a punishment, but I think, the league needs to vote on it. But I was like, there needs to be something to solidify, the loser. Since, as of right now, there's maybe one person who won't be back next year. Which is Cam's friend Rob. Just because he kind of stopped paying attention.
Okay.
Other than that, everyone's paid attention. Everyone's other than Robert. But Robert,
right.
if he loses, he'll still do it and have fun.
Right.
But I was like, all right, we need something. And I was like, a trophy's a little much. I don't want to have pass that around. No one will want to care or take care of it. So I was like, all right, I saw this. It's a board, Wall of Shame. And we'll do the same thing. I'll get plaques also, and just same thing.
Nice. So that has you can hang that up. It has a little.
No.
You have to get one done.
Yeah, but it's got some weight. It's got some weight to her. That's full wood. That's full wood.
Holy hell.
Yeah, that's the full wood.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
That is the whole tree.
Wow. Yeah, this thing's made of solid oak or something.
Yeah. She's oak. Professor Oak.
Professor Oak.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun. But so if I lose to Rob, and then the next week whoever loses to,
I don't know who's in the loser the bottom rung racket.
It's me.
I haven't looked.
Rob's 10 at 2-11-1. I'm 9 at 4-10. So whoever loses then plays against either one of the Cams. So actually, it's a re-Cam bowl of just losers on who goes to the loser bowl.
Nice.
To the toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl.
The Cam toilet bowl. Where Cams were playing for championships, and now they're playing for toilets.
That's awesome.
I love it. Wow.
That's a good storyline.
That is nice.
That's why he's sleeping. He's sleeping it off.
God. Yeah. Oh, my God.
He's too depressed.
He was genuinely, So this all came down to like the last week. So this last Sunday, he was in the kitchen watching the 4 o'clock games. Like before they were starting, was like texting Pat trying to make him change his lineup to like be better because he needed Pat to win and like you to lose and all this stuff to happen. He's like, what the fuck? Why isn't he changing this? Why is he doing that? That's a dumb lineup. All upset. And then he was just like, this is bullshit. I'm genuinely about to cry. Like, I'm so upset. I'm so fucking angry.
Oh, boy.
And then the way his team, like, ended that game was pretty tough because Justin Jefferson came back and he was like, all like, Jetta's coming back. Jetta's coming. He's going to put up 20 points for me. Like, he's coming back. He's that guy.
Right.
2 catches, 27 yards, gets hurt in the second quarter.
That's tough.
Got sent to the hospital.
Oh, he did?
Dude was done.
Oh, wow.
So then he's like, all I have is Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, 98 passing yards, 1 interception for 1 point, and he broke his finger in the third quarter.
Oof.
And then was out.
Wow.
So he was quite... And then Josh Jacobs and the Raiders played Minnesota, and that was a no-score game.
Yep.
So everything fell apart for him in the last 4 o'clock window, and he was just like plummeting. It was the funniest thing to watch.
Boy.
He's a sad boy, but
yeah, I wasn't super confident about my playoff spot because I was playing I forget who I played now, but as soon as I checked my fantasy, because I set my lineup whatever the night before, and then it's come Sunday afternoon, I'm like, all right, I don't like sit there and watch it because I don't know, it just bugs me, so I'll just check it.
It's a rough watch,
right?
It's
so
very
I was
stressful.
Probably a couple hours in, so it must have been like around 2 or 3ish. You know, crack it open, I'm like, ooh, didn't like that. I was doing pretty bad right to the begin with. So it wasn't like a wicked heartbreaker.
Yeah.
It like started off slow and just was slow the whole time. But I was like 4th seed and it is what it is.
I had so
and
much
plus
hope.
I had to auto draft this year because I was in the hospital at the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but your team ended up being like really not bad. Like auto draft always like every time whoever ends up auto drafting, like you're always like, fuck, they have a good team somehow.
Yeah. Well, I ended up with Daniel Jones, and for
that's
some
tough.
reason I stuck with him for like 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and then I was like, what am I doing? And then in my infinite wisdom, I ended up picking up Russell Wilson for like 2 or 3 weeks. And
when they were still doing bad.
Yeah, and that was dumb. And then I got lucky when I picked up C.J. Stroud because he went off when I picked him up.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much what carried me into what got me that close to the playoffs. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been probably in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
But so I wouldn't say mine was a heartbreaker, but it was like, shit, you know.
I mean, I was fully like, I think he could. Like, he might do it. He might come back. He might make it.
Because I think around the time you texted me, I think I must have had like maybe 2 players left to go.
Yeah.
Something like that. But there was definitely no chance.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did get lucky with C.J. Stroud. Otherwise, I'd be in the toilet bowl. So I think all things considered, I'm just glad I'm not in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of like, if I only want it when there's like gonna be a punishment involved. Like right now, I don't really want it. Next year, if we can decide on a punishment, I kind of want it. Wouldn't be mad. Like I'll be mad until like right now. If there was a punishment right now, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I'll take a punishment. It'd be kind of fun. But just for like to take the L, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't. So this is you said this is Cam's worst season. I mean, this has to be all.
I don't know.
Actually, this might not be my.
No, you've had a worse.
I think I've had a worse season.
I think you won a championship with a non-500 season.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won at 6-7.
Wow.
You won with a losing record.
Wow.
This is my worst season ever. Last year was my worst record at 6-8. And I'm
blew that out of the water.
Yeah, I was like, hold my beer, bro. And I really thought I was going to be so good. I was like, oh. On paper, I'm a good team.
Oh boy, don't fucking start that shit.
On paper, I'm
Okay.
a good team.
Oh my god. Now remember we had to do this conversation with Cam.
Yeah.
Whatever,
but he's still going to. He's going to when he talks about it, he's going to go, if Justin Jefferson
I'm good on paper.
If Justin Herbert and Jefferson don't get hurt, I'm in the championship. Everyone was out to get me.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, he's going to be a big old baby losing that trophy. This is bullshit.
Oh boy.
It will be funny though.
I don't want to listen to it.
I saw something today that was like it pointed out like the kickers in the NFL, and it was like this kicker did this and got 0 points, and then this person did this and got blank, like some high points, and they're like, eliminate kickers from fantasy football, they're a liability. And I was like, you're a big baby.
I don't
Kickers
see that.
got like, come on.
I don't see a problem with.
No, they should be.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Is you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Kickers never bothered me.
No, I saw that and I got a little riled up.
I mean, there's actually, I think it was one of my matchups this year. My kicker and one of my wide receivers had started earlier in the week, and my kicker ended up blowing my wide receiver out of the water.
Oh yeah.
So
I think
it's cool because they'll surprise you once in a while.
Same with defenses. That's why I like the defense points like just a little higher.
Yeah.
That way like it matters. Like you can't just have like a dog shit team like defense and be like, it won't affect me that much.
Yeah.
Like good defense really changes some shit.
We're gonna start doing the picking defensive players.
I can't remember if we did that one year.
We haven't.
One year I added punters, and I was like, this is dumb. I did that once. I don't recall
I
didn't like
that.
it. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know. We should look into that. And before we started this season, a buddy I was talking to asked if we did a dynasty setup.
Where like you keep the play?
You keep, yeah.
I had the two guys, the Luke and Ryan were both like, we should do that, and I was like, there's not enough people consistently. I was like, once like if we have 10 people locked for a full year, and everyone agreed, I'd be like, yeah, fine.
Right.
Totally cool with it. But it's like, it sucks
You'd have to be invested for at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Like if a new guy joined, like if Rob left and someone else joined and then he came in and you were like, all right, who's going to be my quarterback? And then he's like, oh, fucking Will Levis. Like,
right.
That sucks.
Well, I mean, that would
so it's like more.
That would be kind of funny too, because if you bring somebody else on, it would be kind of, this is the team you're inheriting. It'd be kind of like, in real life where
that's true.
You join an organization as a GM.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we're also not the most like trading league either.
Yeah.
I'm so like stingy about because I had Ryan like want to trade me so much. Well, he wanted like Puka Nakua and like earlier in the year when he started to go off, do really well, and he like wanted to give me like a defense and someone else. I was like, absolutely not. But it's because I'm like, I'm not gonna get shafted. I'm not getting fucked.
Yeah.
So once we do it, like once it becomes like we fully can.
I think a dynasty setup would be good.
It would be cool.
Yeah. And in terms of your trading thing, every time I get, I don't know, I get cynical when I get a trade offer.
Yeah, same.
I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then the other side of me is like, they know something I don't. I don't trust this. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Deny.
Oh yeah, fully. Actually, I just won't even acknowledge it. I'll just leave it. I'll pretend
it's
just. I was like, oh, I got lost in the web.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It's just in the ether.
Yeah.
No, Cam gave me shit a while back.
Yeah,
like,
Cam gets
you never opened my trade requests.
Yeah,
I don't trade. I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. Yeah,
I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should, but I just don't.
It might help, but I'm also so confident that I'm like, I'm so much better. Like my team is built to win right now. I'm not gonna mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
so I guess since we're so stingy with trading,
but I do. That is a good point. I didn't think about that. Is like, I would hate for it to happen if someone come in and they're like, they come in and inherit a dog shit team,
Mm-hmm.
but then they like build that into a winner. Like, that's sick.
I mean, that puts a lot more skin in the game, and it makes the
does.
championship that much more.
Yeah. We'll discuss about, as a league, about changes.
I know Cam hates the quarterback scoring. I love it because you need a dynamic quarterback.
Yeah, well, yeah, points is something.
Mm-hmm.
And then playoffs, I either want to add 1 or 2 spots. So either the first or second seed. First seed, no matter what, will get a bye. You deserve to get a bye if you're the first seed. And then maybe a bye for a second seed. So then it's 3 and 4 against each, or 3 and 6 against each other.
You want to add
5.
2 spots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like that because I feel like it makes it less special for the playoffs.
Well, there's still 4 people who don't get in, which then revolves those 4 compete, and then loser compete for the final.
Think about it like this: like, what would the reality have really been if Brandon and I were in the playoffs? If you added the seeds this year,
Brandon won our league once we just went over it at 6 and 8.
yeah, but I'm saying like, I feel like it completely. I don't know. I don't think it's fair for the other people.
Why?
How wouldn't it be fair? Because there's more risk for them to get out.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole nother round.
Yeah.
And
But
they,
if you're first and second seed, now you get to chill.
Yeah.
And the championship doesn't come down to 2 weeks. It
Yeah,
comes down to 1,
who's
which
10,
I think is
who's
like
10-2 or
Luke.
11-2.
Luke.
I think
And he would
he
now
lost
chill.
3 games. I don't think it's fair to compare him to us because we sucked.
Yeah, but the
compared to what
Giants.
he
Look
did.
at the Giants. I think we need a wild card
I
situation.
don't think we should. I think if we do a wild card situation, it's a roll of the dice.
No.
You get lucky or you don't.
No.
No.
No, from the guy who's like, my team this, my team that. I don't know. Again,
How?
it will be a league decision.
Yeah. How? I'm wondering how that would work. How do you add a bye there?
So
Because we have whatever it is, X amount of games for the season, and then we only have this small amount of games for playoffs before the actual NFL playoffs start. So how do you add a bye in there?
Do you talk about Bill yet? Sorry.
no.
So you're saying
so
potentially
this
whoever gets the first seed would end up getting 2 byes in a season.
yeah. So right now, so it's similar to. Actually, it wouldn't even be 2 weeks. So this is how Maddie's sister, the league I'm in with her, she runs it, and first 2 get a bye.
Okay.
And then, so I'm 3. I play against the 6th seed. And then 4 and 5 go against each other. And then, obviously, whoever goes next week, let's say I win, and then the 4th seed wins. So then 1 and 4 go against each other, and 2 and 3 go against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last week 17, or whatever it is, the last week of the season, is the championship. So it's how we do 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, okay,
2 weeks
okay. I
is
see.
one
That's-
matchup.
That's what I was thinking when you were talking about it, because I forget to take that into account. Is that our playoff matchups? It's 2 weeks per.
Yeah,
When
so
it
it's like-
actually maybe I would say our championship game should be 2, and then the rest of the playoffs would only be 1. Would that make sense?
Then that would create, I think, just the one seed bye.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that would work.
Yeah.
But besides the playoff thing, we were talking about starting Dynasty. How do you feel about that? Yeah, keeping teams.
We talked about this, and you guys were opposed to it a year
Well,
ago. Like, you guys were like, absolutely not. I think you reset a dynasty after like 5 seasons.
Well, he brought up a good point. Is that
we haven't had consistency.
Yeah.
Which right now, the only person who I think would leave after this year is Rob.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is with the dynasties, so that's how it is in Cam's league that I play in.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I joined,
Mm-hmm.
I took over someone's dynasty, so I had the choice to take that player they had or start from scratch and potentially get the first pick of all the players that weren't kept.
Oh, what? Hold on. So
your first round pick,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to keep a dynasty player, that's your first round pick. That person's locked until your pick. So say
Well, how deep would we keep people?
you get one player. You don't get multiple players. Because what if
I thought that was the whole point.
I think
No,
there's
you get
like
one
I think
player.
there's like an amount you can choose. Like you could do an entire team
Right.
or like specific players.
I don't like that.
Mm,
Because then how do you manage draft picks?
It's the same thing based on your previous record.
Yeah, but if Brandon's keeping, so let's just say 10 players. If Brandon's keeping 9 of his 10 players,
Well, we won't
and I'm
do-
keeping 3 of my 10 players, he has no need for his other
Yeah.
7 picks or whatever I said.
So then that's the situation. You have to go through the draft on what you kept, and then at week 1, you can then release those people because then you can't hold on to people until the draft, and then all of a sudden like I don't know. I think like if
Think
we
about
do
it-
it should be like 3 players max.
Well, think about it.
And you have to keep them-
NFL. The draft comes before free agency,
Yeah.
so you shouldn't. I don't know. Never mind. That wouldn't really make sense.
I don't know. We'd have to sit down and map it out.
Yeah.
If we do a dynasty, I would like only one person because it's just like if you off the bat take a shot off of like Bo Mix next year in the 6th, 7th round, whenever he'll get drafted, and he becomes the next Patrick Mahomes, and you drafted Bijan with your first round pick and Aaron Jones with your second round pick, and they happen to have a great season,
Okay.
you're straight for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then that's just being good. And
I think
if we
one
keep
player-
multiple players, this will, like we said, like you've complained about it, is we don't trade a lot in this
Yeah.
league. This would create more trades.
I don't think so.
I think it would make me want to trade more, being
Well-
like, oh fuck.
But NFL, you have 53 guys to pick to trade from.
Yeah,
Plus.
so maybe
So that's the hard.
maybe we increase. If we do this, then we increase roster size, but then actually put limits on what positions you can have
you already
multiple
have
of.
limits of.
Yeah, but it
This
doesn't
year,
really
I almost had a
affect.
full bench of running backs,
Yeah,
and it was sick.
yeah, but running backs are kind of like almost a dime a dozen. Actually, that's not true. I might lose the league
That's what
because
fucked me.
I don't have running backs. But
Oh, that sucks.
well, no, I'm not talking about this
You want
one.
to trade?
But
Yeah, dude, my season would have actually been safe if there was no trade deadline.
that's
But
the
I had
whole
had
point of
DK.
trade deadline is like then
No,
trade.
but I was trading between me and a contender.
That's not my fault that you didn't do it. Ahead of
I was
time.
told there was no deadline.
That is not true.
Never was told
We've
anything
always
about
had
a
trade deadline.
I
We've
don't
literally
recall.
always. But either way, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm pretty sure we've always had one.
Yeah, we just
Well,
never
you guys
trade,
would
so it
know
doesn't
because
matter.
you trade, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. If we did a dynasty, I would say maybe like 3 players max.
Yeah.
Because
I could-
and then you kind of have the option
Mhm.
because you could just start from scratch the next year.
Yeah.
What if to start off though, you can start with 4 people for the first 4 seasons.
But then, like, what's the point?
but that kicks off.
Yeah, but then hypothetically, if we did that, then that next offseason, you'd be like, well, what the fuck? I want 4 again.
Or what about like, well, so the whole thing is like you're saying is when someone leaves the league, the
Mhm.
person coming in is at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
No, regardless if they get to
Maybe.
draft or they get to pick.
Mm-hmm.
If you, so what if you're like a new player? You come into the dynasty
Mm-hmm.
instead of having 3 players to set it off to a good start. You get to have 4 between this season and next season to kind of catch you up. Would that be
Yeah.
fair? It's
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. If someone new came
it's like
in.
a poor tax,
Yeah.
or not a poor tax. The other way around.
Luxury tax.
Luxury tax.
Yeah.
The exact opposite of what you
Yeah.
said.
I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different.
Yeah.
things
There's
we
a
can do.
lot. There's a lot to figure out.
Let's get through the playoffs and figure out who wins the pre-Campbell.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, life 360 for
I
you
know.
two, huh?
Dude, we both
Campbell
were,
to-
we were both fighting for a little bit. Cam kind of shit the bed later in the season, but yeah, we'll be back. Trust the process. We had to rebuild. It's rebuilding year.
It's the way we have it set up. It's always every year's a rebuilding year.
Hey, every year is a rebuilding year. You never know what you're gonna expect. I was trading from the 2 spot this year. Didn't want it. Didn't want
Well,
it. You can quote me, go back, didn't want
No,
it.
we can do is also, if literally mostly everyone's here next year, if literally only one person changes, then at draft we say prepare, because after this year you get to keep one person. So then even if one person leaves again, like,
You want to just do a trial?
yeah,
Like a one
yeah, we can do
player,
one
one trial?
player, and then,
I don't even know who I would keep.
well, not off of our teams right now,
Well, I'm
but
just
next
saying,
year.
like,
No, I know.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like hypothetically, if we had prepped it for this year, would I be pissed off with the team I have?
Well, because then also you get to trade the draft picks more, because then you go like, hey, give me this guy, I'll give you this guy for your second pick, you know? Because like if I had Jonathan Taylor last year, it would have been a pretty sweet move to trade Jonathan Taylor and get a high draft pick, because someone would have.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
that does open up some
Can of worms.
draft trades.
Yeah, but it does create. Yeah, it creates a
But
lot
if you're
more
gonna
fun.
do that, I think at that point you don't even do it ESPN style. You have the board and you have people go. Up
Yeah.
and-
Well,
and-
we would have done some variation of that this year if Brandon didn't decide to.
Well, I think it
be
has
selfish.
it has to be. The Brandon's Day. It's all about Brandon all the
It's all
time.
about me all the
Yeah.
time.
Fucking Brandon.
Goddamn me.
Yeah.
You know what? Go get me a beer. Fuck
he
this.
was trying to throw everyone off that day. He was like, "I'm gonna do it. Fuck it."
I know. You should have done it on.
I'm gonna
Josh's
be in their
birthday.
head.
You should have done it on Josh's birthday, and we should have like let him in on like a fake surprise party. So Josh would walk around all excited all week. He's like, "Someone finally threw me a surprise party."
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be. I was just thinking it could be like the Nana thing. Decide to get sober on Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys! I'm getting sober. I'm in the hospital. You guys get to spend Christmas with me. I'm not dying though.
We're
That could
celebrating
be-
Hanukkah next year.
That could be a funny sketch of just like a fantasy football draft, but
In a
one
hospital.
dude's
FaceTiming
getting
from the
sober. So then there's like draft day, how he like holds the paper of like draft this guy no matter what. It's like don't drink no matter what. Take the number one pick. I don't know, or something.
Or like you trade away all your draft picks on accident because you were drunk, so you decide to go into rehab. That's your reason. You're like, I fucked up my Dynasty League. I traded away prime Cam
Guys,
Newton.
no, guys, I think we need to have an intervention for him. I need to. Absolutely not. I'm the number one pick. I'm not going to get fucked right now. I have the number one pick. I'm taking it.
You guys are playing so dirty right now.
Yeah. The goal for I'm already on next year. I'm done. I'm out. So.
Yeah, you've been out for a couple weeks.
No.
Josh.
Last week I got technically eliminated. I had to okay, says the boy on the couch.
I'm on the couch.
Watching from home.
I don't see any games on today, pal.
Vacation starts early.
Yeah, I get paid the same no matter what.
But yeah, disappointing.
Yeah, it's.
But I did say to Robert before I left.
Oh
he
yeah.
there?
You didn't do this.
Said you're our ace. You're our ace in the hole to keep the trophy in the family this year. And he goes, "Oh, am I in?" I was like, "Yeah,
that
dude."
little fucking prick.
I was like, "Yeah, dude."
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get him up.
Yes,
I
we
got him
know.
up to speed before I left.
About like all the things that had to happen. Like he had to lose, you had to lose, and I had
Well,
to win.
no,
to get-
I mean he wasn't aware that he was in the playoffs. So.
Well, he actually had the same exact thing I needed. Where
That's
he had
worse.
to win and we had to lose.
He's in tough shape anyway, going up against the first seed. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, Luke's like the last 3 weeks have been his worst 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
he had a really early he actually had an early 2 middle
Mhm.
season. I don't think Luke's gonna win. I think Pat's gonna win.
we'll see.
If Pat can set his
If-
fucking lineup correctly, Pat,
If
you can say your fucking
Pat comes back.
and wins it, dude.
Well, that's why if we did if we all agreed on a punishment, either me or Rob would
Yeah.
have had to do a calendar. That
Oh,
would've
dude,
been
Rob.
fun.
Oh,
you
that would
Rob,
actually be
you
pretty
would
funny.
not have caught Rob doing that ever. He would have absolutely just been like, "I'm done, not joining."
It's fine.
Um,
We'll make everyone sign legal waivers, legal documents.
legally binding contracts.
this is bird law here,
If
sir.
if I do lose, there is a chance I might just do it just to force next year's loser to have to do something.
yeah, just to make it a precedent now.
Yeah, like there is a punishment.
Well, I know it
Be
sucks.
aware.
Ah,
Lead
dude,
by
it sucks.
example.
Be that guy.
Look at me shirtless in January.
You have, but the thing that would be funny is you had to hang it like in your office or something. So you had to bring it to work. So like at your little like table in the middle of the garage.
It would have to be like a stocking stuffer for your family.
Well, that's why we also...
You know your like girlfriend's dad or something.
Everyone in the league gets one.
That'd be rough.
Yeah, I know I'm not gonna lose though.
And
So I don't
then-
care.
And then you... Well, hey, that's how it starts, Cam.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never been that bad. In any
Bump,
league
ba-dum,
ever.
bump,
Yeah. Boy, I can't wait to flip that one.
I know.
When I had to make that video of being like, Cameron, you don't have that in you. You don't have that championship blood. And it flips to you holding the trophy. It's going to be fun to be like, I'll never be the loser.
No, I'll never.
I don't have it in me. And the next one is, here's my calendar.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a list for league decisions on what the punishments will be, and then like this other stuff.
Yeah.
I'll have to start.
Yeah. So
writing it down.
calendar's going to be on there.
Calendar.
I think like
I'm still stuck on the 24-hour
24-hour what?
sitting in the whatever restaurant or whatever.
Or what about like McDonald's? For every nugget you get a minute off.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
premise of like,
So I think like the Denny's one, it's like you get like you eat one waffle, you get an hour off.
yeah, you have to.
I don't know what was the 24-hour.
So it's the thing, like people were doing this the last couple of years, I guess, but it's like become more like on social media, people seeing it of if you're the league loser, you have to spend 24 hours in a whatever place that's 24 hours. Like most of them are like diners.
Oh, you mean sitting
So
sitting in like an
you
IHOP for 24 hours?
At an IHOP for 24 hours, but every pancake you have eliminates an hour. So like, yeah.
That's a long time to be sitting in a restaurant.
Exactly.
Holy
That's
shit.
why it's a real punishment. And
That
that puts,
sucks.
that, because again, people don't pay attention at the end of the year, like, and that's why it also becomes like, yeah, just because you didn't make playoffs and you're a 5th seed, if you lose that game, you're now a chance to, so it forces, just because you're not the bottom 2 doesn't mean you can't become this loser.
Wow, you're rusty.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, you're gonna film yourself doing.
I don't know. I feel like if that was me,
I
I
would.
would
You
just
should
be.
do a Wrecking Ball music video
like-
remake.
I gotta.
But that's why
Like, I'm gonna eat 24 pancakes because I am not spending 24 hours in here.
Well, that's why you eat like 8.
Watch a movie on your phone. No, what if you had
It'd
no
be like
phone?
8. Watch a movie. Oh yeah, that would suck too.
I think that would be even like I think like I could definitely make it through 12 hours.
But it'd
and
be
eat 12 pancakes.
But it'd be fun content
Actually,
too.
dude, I could probably eat so many fucking pancakes.
Well, when you think about it, eat 3 in an hour, and then eat another 3 in another hour. That's 6. That's 6 hours down. But you're already now technically at 8 hours.
What?
Where do you get 6 months? Where do you get
So
24
the
minus
first
6?
hour you spend the 3 hour, but you eat 3 pancakes. So now you're at 4 hours because
Oh, I
each
see.
one takes
Oh.
out.
For that hour.
Then that next hour,
Oh.
you know.
I
So
got
now you've only spent 2 hours, but you eliminated 8.
you. Right. Okay. I got you.
So it does add up, but you just got to be able to stomach. You gotta be that boy. You gotta be that
You gotta-
boy.
you gotta
You
be
gotta
able
be
to
ready
tack
for
on that
bulking
mess.
season. Yeah,
Oh, jeez. But
but we'll make
that
a
would be
list.
pretty hard because I mean, you think
I
about
didn't
it.
get to do it with
how
your phone.
how much time do you actually spend at a restaurant like normally? Usually,
more
it's
than
It
maybe
takes you an
30
hour.
maybe an hour and a
No,
half.
An hour
30
max.
minutes.
Maybe an hour and a half.
I'm quick.
If you talk, like if you're within a talking, like if you're in a group and
Bless
you
you.
guys talk, like you're there for an hour and a half.
I mean, when we went to Uno's, what was it, last week, the week before?
Dude, was only like
that was
30
probably, that might have been 45 minutes.
minutes. Not even.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it
So
does become-
24 hours is a
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it's fun.
But how many places around here are open 24 hours?
Most of them, I
we'd
think-
have to find one.
Yeah,
I think there's some in Manchester.
Yeah.
Like you could do like the Red Arrow Manchester.
but then it also.
I bet they would be in on that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I think most places would be cool with it. Of you being like, "Oh, you're forced to just give us money." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
It's a great tip.
Well, I think that would be awesome because you could sit at like the bar, so you're even more uncomfortable.
And you get content. We make content on it, and like we'll add a couple bucks to like the league buy-in, and that money goes towards the bill.
No, he has to pay the bill.
Okay, fine.
He
I don't care.
sucks.
Okay.
How much is that bill realistically going to be?
It's probably going to be a lot. Well, actually, probably not. Pancakes are pretty cheap.
I mean, if you're just pounding like water and pancakes,
Yeah, dude.
you probably be
I
in
could
pretty
probably
good
knock
shape.
out 12 in the first.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Or you could make it really tough. You can make it really tough instead of. So when they first get in there, they have to order like a regular meal. So they can't go in like cold.
Oh, they have to eat a fresh meal off
So
the bat.
eat a fresh
so
meal.
your first hour, you were full. You
Yeah,
already
exactly,
Have something. That's
So
rough.
you're not eating for 3 hours after that.
Right. So you'd be in rough shape there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what if it's like...
Now, what about the time of the day though?
Well, it's 24 hours, so you got to get there early, so you're not.
So it would
like,
have to be
you're
like
tough.
first thing in the
Yeah,
morning.
you
no,
wanna
could
get
start at any... If it's
like-
24 hours, it never closes. Jim.
Yeah, I know.
But
But
what would be
you
the
want-
best time? Should you start at like a really
I think
busy?
you start at like a 1 p.m.
No, I think
So
you
then
should
you're there
start...
for lunch and dinner rush.
No, I think you should.
You have to be there anyways.
I know, but if I'm gonna be there, I think maybe like you go after lunch. You go at like 2.
That's what I just said.
You
I
said
just said
1.
1. It's a 1 hour difference. It's a 1 hour difference.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Well,
that's
out of
tough.
all 24, that 1 hour.
I don't know.
I guess it'll also depend on what restaurants are open 24 hours
Yeah.
because I think it is really only diners and stuff.
Yeah, and
But
that's kind of the more.
I don't know. I think it'd be funny if you start during a rush, like start during the breakfast or
Well,
lunch or
you did
dinner
like
rush.
so like there's a 24-hour McDonald's. Imagine it's like instead of a pancake, it's like one of the small cheeseburgers.
Just a regular burger. Yeah, regular cheeseburger.
Dude, that
If-
could hurt someone. That would be fun.
Yeah.
You'd have someone, and if you throw it up, it doesn't count.
No.
Goes back on the clock.
No.
Goes back on the clock.
No, you can't shit your pants.
No, dude.
24 hours and you cannot go to the bathroom.
Yeah. No poops. No poops. All that McDonald's stays in there.
No poop for you.
But it
Oh,
would be
man.
fun. Like imagine if I lost. Like I do lose, and then like in a month I've just spent all day at the fucking diner on Lounge Road, and like
Everything's so sticky.
within an hour you guys show up to be like, this sucks, and then you guys get to leave and you're like, that's fucking awful.
And then we get to come back again a few hours later.
Yeah, like that is
I
so
mean,
fun.
In theory, you could technically go back the next day and they would still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they really are
But
that.
you want to go? You have to go and punish them while they're
Yeah.
there.
That is the other thing. Like you do
Ooh,
need
you could
someone.
go there and order them food. Like, oh, can I order that table a stack of pancakes?
Oh yeah, just put it on their tab.
Or can I?
Yeah,
get,
there's
can
gotta
I,
be s-
Do you guys have milkshakes?
There's-
The
yeah, there's
biggest
gotta
one
be
You have.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's so
if you come,
mean.
yes, if you're part of the league and you show up and you order them something, they have to have it. And it doesn't count towards their time. Like you could
Ooh,
go,
Yeah, that's.
but
tough.
it can't be like, can I get 3 like it has to be one object. So it's like if you do a pancake, it's a pancake, but it doesn't count. If you do a burger or you do a shake, like something filling, it doesn't count. But
I
it's
think
one.
this is all an excuse for Josh to throw out the season so he can go and purge for 24 hours at a diner. Everybody has to pay for it.
I just get absolutely ripped. I go full healthy just for one day of the year. I get to be
You
a.
know, purge.
Everyone comes visits me and gives me food.
You sit down for the first meal. You're like, hey, can you send over the first stack of pancakes while you're at it?
I think the only tough part is like you can't fully monitor it. Like we can't force one person to be with them the entire time, or like
Give 'em a camera.
Yeah, but then it's like, yeah, I ate one more pancake. Yeah, I ate one more. You know, like it's a lot of like
Well, it's
trust.
the honor system.
Yeah,
It is what
you'd
it is.
hope.
I don't know. If you have anybody that is in the industry that works at a 24-hour joint,
That's true. You do have to definitely talk to the staff.
Yeah,
part of it and be
exactly.
like,
You would
this
have
is
to-
the situation. Do not let them cheat. And I think, but that's the issue though. Like, if I'm part of it, if I had to sit down and like I've been part of this woman's shift all day,
You
I'd be like, please lie and say I got
You-
one more.
you could-
I will pay for it. Don't give it to me.
you could kind of barter
Yeah.
with the staff and be like, listen, I'll give you like $5
Ooh.
more on your tip before you leave, because then you would have to open up checks like through each shift,
Ooh, that's
depending on
good.
who you get. With, you know what I mean? Because
Especially 'cause
obviously
you'd wanna tip
you're
that
not going to
person.
have a server for 24 straight hours. You'll probably end up having 3 or 4.
No, what we could do too
Department of Labor. call
is
'em.
each round draft pick you have can be a certain amount of hours. So if you want to give up your third round
Oh.
pick, you get to eliminate like an hour. But then we take all the names in the league, shuffle it around. This person gets your draft pick now.
Ooh.
So it's like,
I mean, if you're,
do you want to
really,
fuck yourself next year, but get out right now?
Because then you'd be really screwing yourself to doing that punishment again the next year.
Exactly. But it makes it more interesting because, like, in the moment right now, you're like, absolutely not. I wouldn't do that. But when you're there for now 12 hours and you're like, I can't eat anymore. I need this to go quicker. You're like, fuck it. Here's my second round pick. Take these hours off.
Wow. It's
Welcome back next year's fantasy football championship, where Brandon is our big loser.
Exactly. See, that'd be so fun. But we need other options because it's like not everyone will want to do that. Like that's not like I would love
that.
I
Is
think it'd be fun.
If you really sit down and think about it, like it's funny talking about it.
I'm getting
but actually sitting down and
off the bat.
doing that punishment, that is really, really awful.
It is.
That's terrible.
But that's why we like that one and like two other really, really bad things are like the person chooses.
Mm-hmm.
I pitched this last year. Last offseason. And then the league votes on like a few minor punishments. So you get two punishments. One's extreme that you choose, and one's minor that the league chooses.
I think it would be funny that like you can knock off an hour by
reasonable.
pulling, like spinning a wheel or something, and like whatever it lands on, they get to take however many hours for doing the challenge. So like one could be like let the league go through your phone, like one of those kind of things.
I think you leave it up to like the public within the restaurant. Like you then get to like that person gets to come with a sports question, and they have to find one person to ask the diner, and if they get it right, they get to lose.
Yeah, I don't think a diner is gonna fall for this one here, with all the challenges at this point.
Well, it's not like we're asking that. It's like if Brandon, like if I get it and it was like, who won the 2012 Super Bowl? You choose someone. You're like, hey, do you know who won the 2012 Super Bowl without looking? And if they get it right, like,
you mean rely on other people to get it right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's not you. You're asking all the other patrons.
No, not everyone. You get to choose one person.
Yeah, but like you get to choose from all of them.
Yeah.
And you only get to ask them once.
Yeah. One person. Yeah. But each league person gets to like kind of like find a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
Ideas.
All things considered, that's a horrible punishment.
It is, but I would enjoy it.
You would enjoy both aspects of it?
Participating
in it?
What if there's one where you have to be like, you get 4 hours taken off if you can sit with another family at their during their meal?
Oof, that's awkward.
Like a family or like an old just anybody like a party.
I think people would be cool with it. Like if I lost and you just scope because you're there for so long. Like you're gonna find someone. You're gonna be like, hey, this is the situation. If I eat with you,
those situations be like, hey, can I eat with you guys?
I don't know.
Like imagine like we're having lunch and a guy that looks like Josh comes up. He's like, can I eat with you?
Oh boy.
No, you're able to explain the situation.
He's picking his belly button.
I mean, you could throw so many different things in there.
But that's why I'm like,
you cannot sit in a booth. You have to be at the diner bar.
That would kill.
I think that would be.
Suck.
I think
that's punishment.
That's awful.
But your break halfway through could be having to eat with someone, like someone you don't know in the restaurant. I think that would be funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different options, but that's pretty rough.
That's what I mean. That's why this last off season I definitely sprung it of like, and we didn't get to like plan it out, but
yeah.
Because I did say I said it multiple times of like, if I don't win it all, I want to lose it all, and I want to because like it's fun. Like I want something.
Yeah. I don't know. There could be a lot of changes coming down the pike.
Yeah.
Sounds like a greedy commissioner over here.
Yeah.
Trying to set it up for himself and his podcast.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
true.
selfish. Fake friends.
Yeah.
Fake friends.
Speaking of content, when's that skit stuff gonna be going down?
Whenever we can get a bowling alley.
We gotta pitch ideas.
Whenever we can get a bowling alley and 15 of them.
I don't know. We got pitch ideas.
I don't know. I was under the impression that you guys had a bunch already.
Well, we gotta pitch them and then we gotta write them.
So who are you pitching them to?
Us. We're the deciding factors.
I thought of another one the other day. It's like Brandon owns a sub shop, and I come in as like
Where are we gonna get a sub shop?
I don't know, Josh.
You gotta
know someone who works at a sub shop now. Amy.
They don't have counter service though, or sit down service.
We could still.
It's one of those places where you just go in and you just pick up and leave.
We could do it right in the back.
They don't have dine in. That's
and
what I'm saying.
It's like the Karate Kid and the Master, but they're just like cutting up onions and like flipping them in the air, doing all kinds of chef tricks, and it's like.
Oh, your problem is you don't have a set and props.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you're pitching like things we need.
Yeah, but it's the basis of an idea.
That's how everything starts. It's just an idea.
Well, I mean, there is always the National Bank of Maddie.
Yeah, and the National Bank of Maddie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, she's not losing any money on this venture so far, so.
No.
No. Not yet.
Hey, Mom, do you know anyone that owns a restaurant?
I feel like we do. Well, I don't know him personally, but I'm sure. Off
yeah,
the
maybe.
street, it could be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud. I know we don't know each other, but can we
I've
borrow
never
this?
talked to you before, but can you do me a favor?
Can we borrow this?
Can we borrow your shop?
I know I don't even know. I didn't know we went to school together, but
after hours.
Do you see another?
Mm-mm.
Unbelievable. I was just saying it.
Yep.
Him. Curse school.
I did not know that, and thanks for bringing it down.
yeah.
Bringing it down.